Hey everybody, welcome back to Hearthstone Arena, Northernlion's Den. We're 6-0 on this mage deck. What is left to say except to get started here and see if this is going to be the episode where it all comes crashing down. We'll see. In any case, of course, I'm thrilled with the way this has gone. 2 times as many wins as losses at the very minimum is absolutely fine by me. We're going to be playing against some players who are presumably really good now. I don't think this is the same paladin we just played against, but it is always interesting when you end up coming up against the same class. It gives you pause for a second, and you're like, did I don't know. So Wild Pyromancer, I'm keeping him just because he's a 2-mana, 3/2 drop, which I think is the whole reason I put him in my deck in the first place. If I'd known that we'd draw a Sorcerer's Apprentice, I probably would not have gone with him at all. He goes first. If he doesn't play anything... Oh man, Onyxia shows up a little too early to be useful, but late game, I'm glad we drew it at least. I think we coin Sorcerer's Apprentice here, and then does that make Mirror Entity cheaper to play next turn? Either way, we'll coin Sorcerer's Apprentice, just because we could potentially get some value. It does, okay, good. Next turn, we probably play Mirror Entity, and I say that because although I guess I could play Wild Pyromancer, and then, Here's my thinking here. Why would I play Wild Pyromancer instead of Mirror Entity? Well, here's the reason. If I play Mirror Entity now, cost me 2 mana, and that's it. That's the end of my turn. If I play Wild Pyromancer, then next turn I can play Kirintor Mage, and its Battle Cry will make Mirror Entity cost 0. So I just kind of am able to sneak it in for free rather than having it actually cost something. Which is, you know, I prefer it. The other option for us in actuality is to just Fire Blast Silverhand Recruit, because otherwise casting Mirror Entity is going to do 1 damage to us, which sucks. But, and, you know, obviously I don't want to kill Sorcerer's Apprentice. But, I don't know. Okay, let's Wild Pyromancer. Worst case scenario, maybe we can swap out Wild Pyromancer for whatever he drops on the next turn. And then we won't get the problem with the spell. So I'm just going to hit him directly, and we'll end the turn. So I'm hoping that this works out. Also, you know, there is the other thing that needs to be said, which is the later you play Mirror Entity, the better odds that he is going to drop a decent creature. Or a decent minion. Creature, minion, same difference in my mind, which is very confusing because there are beasts as well. So yeah, we'll totally swap Wild Pyromancer. Although this is interesting, because we could cast a spell. If we cast Cone of Cold... I think we swap Wild Pyromancer. Because there were other cool things we could do here, but I'd rather not do it this way. And then we'll summon Kirintor Mage, and then Mirror Entity is free. And then we'll hit him directly again, and all he's got out there is the Silverhand Recruit. And if he summons any creatures to try to deal with our board advantage, we get 1 back. Obviously, I'm hoping he sends out like a Chillwind Yeti or an Ancient Brewmaster or something. True Silver Champion. That's real good. Probably use that to kill. If he's smart, Sorcerer's Apprentice. I think, at least. Kirintor Mage instead. I mean, that's the beefier card from a damage perspective, so maybe that's good for him, but at the same time, my thinking is that... okay, I'm going to send out Ogre Magi. My thinking, of course, is that... you know, the ability to get spells out there faster is gonna hurt him more. So my guess is that I probably just played Ogre Magi just for him to be able to kill it on the next turn. I'm really hoping he drops a fat, like, 5-mana card here that is beautiful. Yeah, so he's gonna hit Ogre Magi directly. Shame I don't have any Pyroblast in this deck. Maybe he'll deal 3 damage to me directly and draw a card. Like Hammer of Might. Oh, Voodoo Doctor. Oh, Voodoo Doctor. Well, you know, if you're going to proc Mirror Entity, that's a smart way to do it. And then he summoned a Chillwind Yeti. Very good play from him. So, yeah, sure, that's probably pretty smart. Freeze a character if it was already frozen, deal 4 damage instead. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. So we're going to do Cone of Cold. And then we're going to kill Chillwind Yeti for free with Ice Lance. And it's unfortunate we can't do too much else of value on this turn, but... we'll Hero Power and then Sorcerer's Apprentice. And obviously, the main sore spot for our run right now is we have a serious card disadvantage and not really that much on the board. But we were able to wipe out one of the more frustrating creatures in the game. He plays Fairy Dragon, which matches up basically exactly the same as Sorcerer's Apprentice. And Violet Apprentice, or Violet Apprentice, which is something. It's not particularly good in my opinion, but it's fine. I think we send out our Gadgets and Auctioneer. And then do we trade for Fairy Dragon? I don't think so. I think we let him, if he wants to sacrifice Fairy Dragon and almost all of the health on Violet Teacher to the point where I could Hero Power it next turn just to kill Gadgets and Auctioneer, which is not that scary of a card except for the card draw. I guess he doesn't know that I don't have any spells. That's fine by me. What I am doing essentially here is just beating him as much as I possibly can so that if I end up top decking a couple of fireballs, then game over basically. But he could easily turn this one around. 12 to 28 is not insurmountable. He needs, well, that'll be pretty good. A board clearing card, and True Silver Champion is sort of a board clearing card, although it is worth noting that he will still take 2 damage for attacking me here. If only I had a Pyroblast here, life would be better. Then he'll probably trade Violet Apprentice for Sorcerer's Apprentice. It's not a trade, actually. I'm just in the habit of saying trade. And we're still 2 turns away from being able to play Onyxia. So Silverhand Knight is actually a good drop here. And the reason Silverhand Knight. Or is it? I think it is. Honestly, I think we Silverhand Knight, Fairy Dragon, put a bunch of shit out on the board, force him to kill it, otherwise he's going to take a bunch of damage. And I almost just want to Hero Power him directly, but instead we'll do it this way. Obviously, he's probably going to trade his own weapon for Silverhand Knight, and oh, I don't have enough here mana to hit the Silverhand Squire. I was hoping I did, but Fairy Dragon coming out there is better. So let's force him to do some trades, basically. And we're only 2 turns away from being able to play Onyxia. He'll have to clear the board. I mean, obviously, Onyxia is countered really heavily by Consecrate. So if I bait out some kind of Consecrate here, I'll be a happy man. Giving Violet Apprentice Divine Shield is pretty good. And if I top deck a Flame Strike or some Fireballs at this point, I'll be the world's happiest man. Okay, 2 Argent Protectors is scary. But still, Flame Strike could be super nice here. And now it's like, what does he do? Okay, so he's going to do that so he can kill me directly with this, and then he'll save his weapon. He's playing really well. He's going to wipe out a lot of creatures without... And this is actually going to not cost him anything, and he'll probably summon another creature. If there was ever a time for a fucking Flame Strike, it is now. Another True Silver Champion. Okay. Well, he probably doesn't have Consecrate in his hand. That is not a Flame Strike. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. This is a taunt, so obviously, you know, they're going to have to hit me here. That will soak up damage from 2 of his creatures, or himself, but he won't hit me himself. And still in like a glorious Fireball-worthy position. Fireball or Flame Strike. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, Guardian of Kings is actually pretty nice here. And we do have Onyxia, but then it's like, you know, do I want to summon Onyxia right away? It's probably going to be killed. He's coming back. He's turned this around greatly. No question about it. Stone Tusk Boar. Oh, that's essential right now. If we summon Onyxia, he kills it, and I don't get enough value. Then how does he kill it? I summon Onyxia. He does... hits me once. Takes 6 damage, but that's fine. And then just uses maybe Argent Protector and Violet Teacher. But I can't really do anything else. I can Stone Tusk Boar, Hero Power, kill Violet Teacher. Then he has 4, 2, 5, 1. 4, 2, 5, 1. 7, 12. 4, 2, 5, 1. 7, 13. Why is my math so bad right now? 4, 6, 11, 12. Okay. He would have 12 damage on the field. And I wouldn't have a taunt. I almost have to summon a Onyxia on this turn, as much as I hate to do it. I'm pretty sure that this is like a final Hail Mary attempt. And he may have enough damage to kill me on this turn. Consecrate would obviously be huge. Okay, that's going to make it substantially easier for him to do this. Ah, it's totally possible. Well played. Okay, that was a seriously good turnaround from him. That's my first loss on this arena deck. I really thought I had it well within my grasp there for a while. Probably some misplays on my part. Gave up too much board control without having a card advantage. Or sorry, you know, gave up too many cards without having board control is the inverse of what I meant to say there. But still good, still good. Well played to him. True Silver Champions came through in the clutch. Not drawing the Flame Strike is a kind of little spell of bad luck. That's okay though. And, yeah, it was a fun game nonetheless. So let's hope we can recover a little bit here. And I'm not fighting the same guy, which is always nice. This is the first druid we have fought with our mage deck here. So again, it looks like we're going to be going Wild Pyromancer here. And I will probably nuke everything else in the hopes of getting some more early game cards. I don't really like Wild Pyromancer. If I remember correctly, when I made this deck, I had no choice but to take Wild Pyromancer. I was like, geez, all these cards are shitty. But I could use a 2-mana drop. That's not terrible. And that's where we are. Innervate. Okay, so it's going to be one of these druids that's going to drop some cards on the field ASAP. Fairy Dragon and Young Priestess. Oh, that is actually quite nasty. Because he can just trade Young Priestess next turn. I can't believe he only has 1 card in his hand, so that's good. But yeah, he probably it doesn't matter. Let's get Wild Pyromancer out there. Whether I only get Young Priestess out of it or not doesn't matter to me. This card is pretty bad, in my opinion. So next turn, what do we do? Shit, man. Maybe just Hero Power. He's got to rely on top decking or hope that he has a lot of card draw in his hand. Or, sorry, a lot of card draw in his deck, because obviously he has not much of anything in his hand. Of course, he's still got 2 mana cards. Oh, fantastic. I really am surprised that he did not go for the card draw there. This looks like a very quick rush down deck. And holy shit, is that Fairy Dragon just going to get buffed like crazy? Whatever. We'll freeze it this turn. Oh, we can't. Okay, so Young Priestess has got to go. Fairy Dragon's not going to get buffed anymore. And this is a weird one so far. I can't even really do anything on the next turn unless I top deck a 3-mana card. I have plenty of 4 and 5 mana cards, which is nice. I'm going to take some damage here. I kind of like my position, but I am scared as hell of his as well. So what do we do on this turn? Shit, man. Hero Power, freeze him. You can't target it. I hate this deck already. Cone of Cold we can't even use because we can't target it, but it will be able to freeze enemies. You know, this is scary. This is very scary, and I'm feeling this game slip away right off the bat here. Maybe this will be the end of our arena on this video, but I mean, this run won't be. This match won't be, but maybe our next one will be. You know, when it rains, it pours. He is, if he's not playing cards, he's able to actually get some back, which is really good for him. Not being able to target Fairy Dragon and then buff the shit out of it with Young Priestess actually worked out very well for him. Kirin Mage. Can't do anything with it. But I can summon Ancient Brewmaster. And finally, I should be able to take out Fairy Dragon on the next turn. Stop the bleeding and maybe start putting my own creatures on the board. If we get a secret, it'll probably be next turn Kirin Mage. Oh, Bite. Give your hero +4 attack and +4. Oh my god, are you shitting on my penis with your butt? Please, help me. This is a very... It seems like a very deliberately constructed deck from this druid, no question about it. Okay, so with 5 mana, I don't want to Venture Company Mercenary yet, but I kind of feel like I have to. But we're going to start Ancient Brewmaster. Again, we can't Ice Lance him. We can Ice Lance the hero, which might be important. I don't know. Fuck it, let's end this turn. I have a hard time seeing myself winning this, and it's entirely because that Innervate and then 3 mana on the first turn combo. This is madness. It is goddamn insanity, and I want no part of it anymore. Gurubashi Berserker. It's not good enough yet. Okay. This is crazy talk. Gadgets and Auctioneer. Then we get a card draw for freezing the hero. And it's Chillwind Yeti. How do we stop the bleeding quickly enough here? He's got 5 cards in his hand now. I only have 6. I've been hit 19 times. Oh, man. I'm not sure what I could have done here. I should have maybe just hero powered the Young Priestess as soon as possible instead. Now what does he play? Maybe just like Starfire me directly and kill me. Or he picks up a weapon or something. This is, you know, what can I say beyond well played to this guy? This deck was built with one express purpose, and I would very much not be surprised to see him go, you know, get 9 wins with this, just because it's goddamn crazy. And he's going to kill me next turn. I can't even kill this minion, so what am I supposed to do? Cone of Cold? Does that freeze the stealth minion? It does. Okay, so I survive a little bit longer. Maybe. Now, 4 mana left. Chillwind Yeti's got to come out. And I think I trade like this. At least take some of the damage off the board. I don't see myself winning this at all. I don't think it's possible. Next turn. Draw a secret. Kirin Mage. Frostwolf Warlord. Wipe out his existing creatures. Hope that he doesn't have any burst damage. Stop him from drawing a weapon. Just be balled out of control. Too hard, too fast. Too fast, too furious. Also, top decking a Flame Strike would be cool in my book, too. Let me guess, some more... Oh, it's not burst damage. Okay, it's surprising to me. This would be an ideal circumstance to draw a Flame Strike. That's Ice Lance. Now, how do we stop him from dealing F tons of damage with this turn? We can't. We lose. That's bullshit. Well played. Yeah, I don't think there was anything that we could have done there. Seriously, I'm more power to him. Obviously, that is a deck that is very frustrating to play against. I'm a little salty right now, losing like that. It's not so bad losing like that first match where it was pretty close and there were some swings, but losing that match, I just got shit on right there. But this is how it happens, right? 2 videos good, 1 video terrible. Maybe we'll be able to pull out 1 more win here and at least break even in this arena. Against Snooze. Isn't that like the Swedish chewing tobacco or something? Get an extra card, Wild Pyromancer. Apparently that is the card of the day for us. I'm going to keep Mirror Entity and Wild Pyromancer. And we got a second Mirror Entity, so I guess our turns are more or less set for us. First turn, Coin Wild Pyromancer. Second turn, probably Hero Power unless we top deck something. Third turn, Mirror Entity. Fourth turn, probably Mirror Entity. We'll see. I hope it's a little bit more of a manageable game. That game could have gone differently. Maybe if I'd drawn a Flame Strike. I don't know. Actually, now it's first turn, Sorcerer's Apprentice, which I think is a much better card. Because it allows us to put our Mirror Entities out quickly. Although, he could backstab me for 0 mana. I still hate that card from the Rogue. And Shiv is now 1 mana? Shiv is 1 mana. Fairy Dragon, and then maybe a backstab. Please don't be a backstab. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for that there. Now, I'm going to play a Mirror Entity. I am extraordinarily tempted to trade. I've already gotten a little bit of value out of Mirror Entity. Or sorry, out of Sorcerer's Apprentice. And I could trade, and then it would be my 2 mana drop for his 2 mana drop. I would get whatever he summons next. But I also want to get the value out of being able to summon this Mirror Entity on the cheap as well. It's not the Fairy Dragon that fucked me last turn. It's whatever. It's the Young Priestess that fucked me, and then all of his burst damage. So I've got to get over this PTSD. I think it's better to just hit him and force him to trade if he wants to trade. But it's so bad because he does have Shiv cards. He does have Backstab cards. And that worries me. But, you know, if he plays a good 3 mana minion here, Mirror Entity will catch it. And then I'll have a minion on the board. Maybe I can play a Mirror Entity again because I don't need to worry about board control. Who knows? Gotta wait for him to see what he chooses to do here. He's gonna trade. Okay. I'm glad that we went with that decision then. And we got the value out of Mirror Entity. We got some value out of Mirror Entity at least. And, oh man. Now, let me tell you why I'm going to do what I'm going to do here. I'm going to summon Sorcerer's Apprentice, and the reason I'm going to do this is because I welcome the opportunity to force him to trade his Jungle Panther for Sorcerer's Apprentice. And now it's like, I'm not going to use Jungle Panther to hit his Jungle Panther, or sorry, to hit him directly, because then he can probably force a better trade. If he wants to trade this for this, fine by me. If he wants to hit me directly, I'll poop on him a little bit and hopefully be able to keep my Panther almost for some like burst damage later, or to take out a more high damage minion. So, Flame Strike's cheaper. Mirror Entity is cheaper. Oh, he is going to trade. All right. I'm very pleased with the way that turned out now. Defias Ringleader, obviously annoying, but not as annoying as it used to be. So we have Water Elemental. I also want to, like, Hero Power, Defias Bandit, and that'll be an easy way to get that done. But then what do I summon? Wild Pyromancer. How does this work? If we summon Wild Pyromancer and then Hero Power, we don't get the value out of it, right? Correct. Now, Jungle Panther for Defias Ringleader. It's an interesting choice here. If I hit him directly, he will trade both minions for my minions, so I'll at least get the 4 damage out of it. And truth be told, I don't want Pyromancer to live anyway, so that's fine by me. Although, I guess if I attacked Defias Ringleader... Oh, no, I would have died if I attacked any of those with the Jungle Panther. So he's going to do this because he can get the card draw, and then he'll do this because I have more attack than him. So, that's fine. And he's going to have the initiative when it comes to board control. That's cool. Hello, Kate. Welcome back. It's a tough one. This is a very tough choice. I like Water Elemental followed by a freeze here. And the reason I like this so much is that he can't attack, obviously. Next turn, if this card lives, I attack him and I freeze. Obviously, I want to get Mirror Entity as soon as possible. But if I can keep this Senjin Shieldmaster frozen, I'll be a happy man. Boulder Fist Ogre is a very frustrating card, and it really makes me wish that I had played Mirror Entity sooner, but can't win them all, I suppose. I'm going to assume that he has a good card in his hand, but... here's the thing. Next turn, I'm going to Flame Strike. How do I get enough value to make this work? Hero Power. You. Attack and freeze you. Okay. Well, we're going to Flame Strike on the next turn. Let's hope that he invests all of his damage into hitting me directly rather than taking out Water Elemental. And let's hope he also plays an awesome minion, although I doubt that that's going to happen. You know, it would be great if he summoned like a 99 damage, 4 health minion. I got it. I flame struck him and then continue to live in peace and harmony forever. Deal 2 damage to a non-damaged minion. Why? So he can hero power and then use his taunt to kill me? Or because he has a card that allows him to deal 4 damage? Interesting. Okay. This card is Eviscerate. Deal 4 damage. Okay, good for him. Smart play. That does mean he's going to attack me directly. But I kind of wanted him to attack me directly and leave the Frost Elemental alive. So the real problem with this, and that's great for him, that he got 10 damage there, and he didn't summon any minions, so he's a pretty smart dude. The real problem for me here is that, unfortunately, Flame Strike is not even close to killing the Boulder Fist Ogre anymore. And I likely find myself dead on the next turn. Flame Strike doesn't do enough, because it's basically 7 mana to kill Senjin Shieldmaster. So he has 14 damage on the board. My guess is that I've just lost, and that it will be going 0-3 in this episode, which is always frustrating. But fair play to him for not using a minion on the last turn and giving me a chance. That's 3-3. Yeah, that's good. Well played. I lost these all fair and square, and I got steamrolled in the last 2 of them, so maybe I'm not ready to play with the big dogs yet in the 6 wins and over group. But in any case, this is cool. We're going to get 6 wins regardless. Sorry for bowing out like that. That's always how it seems to go. Like, coast through the beginning and then get pooped on at the end. But 6-3 is still a good arena. That makes our last 4 arenas 5-7-7-6, which is, you know, 25-12. It's a 2-to-1 win-loss ratio. I'm content with that. Let's see what we got here. And obviously, we'll open our pack as well. We ended up getting 75 gold, which is half of an arena entry, a pack of cards, and some arcane dust. Bad way to go out, but that's okay. Let's put this over here and crack it open. And where's our rare? There's a rare and 2 rares, actually. That's pretty good. So we've seen both of these commons show up a lot today. Our rare is Equality, and our second rare is Secret Keeper. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode in spite of my ineptitude. As always, thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, make sure to click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you have some feedback for me, make sure to leave it in the comments, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more daily Hearthstone. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new arena. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.